Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar Krishna, Ram Bal Gopal, Gonita, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, the assembled devotees. So tomorrow is Hanuman Jayanti, and we wanted to just remember this incredible personality in next maybe day or two, and we put together something just to remember this wonderful devotee of the Lord. Yes, Rianj, you can recite the verse. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.10.42 to 43. Paduke Bharato Gina Shamara Vyajano Tame Vibhishana Saso Griva Sveta Chatram Marutsata Dhanunishangan Chatrugna Sita Tirtha Kamandalum Abhibrad Angala Kadgam Haimam Charmarksha Ranpa. Translation: O King, Lord Bharata carried Lord Ramachandra's wooden shoes. Sugriva and Vibhishana carried a whisk and an excellent fan. Hanuman carried a white umbrella. Shatrughna carried a bow and two weavers, and Sitadev carried a water pot filled with water from holy place. Angada carried a sword, and Jambavan, king of the rickshaws, carried a golden shield. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Very nice. Beautifully chanted verse, by the way. Thank you. So this is actually a manifestation of those words in a pictorial form. So very, very nicely done. Beautiful painting. It's a window into the spiritual world. So there are 8 immortal beings who still live in this world, and they are known as the Chiranjeevi. And they have material bodies, but they have either been cursed or blessed to live a long life. Ashwatthama was cursed to live a long life. King Bali has been blessed, have a long, long life. And Vedvyas, the literal incarnation of the Lord, still living in Himalaya somewhere. And Hanuman is one of the 8. He has been blessed to stay. I mean, of course, it's not a blessing to stay in the material world, but he had a special wish granted that as long as Lord Ram's name is chanted, he will remain in this world. It's a blessing for us, actually. And wherever Ram's name is chanted with great sincerity and love, he appears there as well. Vibhishan, the younger brother of Ravan, Kriprachaya, who's a guru, or the military guru of the Pandavas, Pashuram, Shaktivesh avatar, and Rishi Markandeya. So these are the 8 immortal beings. Hanuman is a son of Keshari and Anjana. Anjana was once a heavenly maiden who was cursed to be a monkey woman by a powerful holy sage who had transformed into a monkey to do his spiritual meditation. She would be relieved from the curse only if she gave birth to a mighty son, an incarnation of Shiva. So this was the curse that had been placed on her. Anjana did great austerities. She pleased Shiva, who blessed her with an immortal son. When Vayu was delivering the sweet rice to Maharaj Dasharath, at the same time, he also delivered Shiva's divine sweet rice to Anjana and blessed her with a son with his, Vayu, and Shiva's qualities. So Hanuman is really unique because he's got the strength of Vayu and the character of Shiva. Anjana gave birth to a monkey-faced child. So he's not a monkey. He's not a monkey. This is an important point to understand. Hanuman is not a monkey. He's not a Vanra. Actually, a special personality, a very important personality. And gave him the name Anjaneya, meaning son of Anjana. No sooner Anjana was released from her curse and wished to return back to the spiritual, to the heavens, Hanuman's father took care of Anjaneya, and he grew up to become a strong but mischievous young boy. So, Hanuman is described in the Ramayana, both Valmiki and Tulsidas. The structure of Valmiki Ramayana is arranged into the following kandas. Balkand, which is when Ramchandra was young, youthful. Ayodhya Kand, when he was present in Ayodhya. Aranya, when he was in the forest. Kishkinda Kand, this is when Ramchandra met with Hanuman and the Vanra army. Sundarkand, book of beauty, and the beauty is related to Hanuman. Yudhkand, the war. Uttarakhand, conclusion. Hanuman first appears in the beginning of the fourth book, Kishkinda Kand. Initially playing a minor role as one of the 5 emissaries sent by the Vanra king Sugriv to discover the identity and intentions of Ram. Towards the close of Kishkinda Kand, however, it became clear that Hanuman is no small character. In the next book, Sundarkand, Hanuman dominates the stage. Right? How does he dominate? Through his beauty. Valmiki named Sundar beauty because of Hanuman. This is really amazing. He dominates the stage because of his speed, his strength, his wisdom, his courage, and most important, his devotion. There are many lessons for us to learn from the glorious pastimes of Hanuman. So Hanuman is a very lively and colorful character, but also very instructive because of the way he lived his life serving the Lord. The early life of Hanuman is in Uttarakhand. The sage Valmiki tells of Hanuman's birth and childhood pastimes. As a young child, Hanuman once mistook the sun for a fruit. When Hanuman tried to capture the sun, the demigod Indra knocked Hanuman down and broke his jaw with a thunderbolt. So just to imagine, Hanuman was so powerful, even though he was young, he captured the sun. He actually swallowed the sun at one point. There was darkness everywhere, and the demigods were frightened. What's happened? So they approached Indra. And so this made Vayu very mad because Vayu's son is incarnation, is Hanuman. And Hanuman's compassionate father, the wind god, then induced other devatas to shower Hanuman with extraordinary boons. That made Vayu less angry, and also Hanuman was a little upset as well. So his boons accounted for his well-known physical prowess and supernatural ability. He got so many different blessings from the devatas. In youth, Hanuman playfully vandalized the ashram of forest ascetics, who reacted by cursing him to forget his powers until he is reminded of these great powers. So he was so powerful, the sages decided, okay, you better forget your powers until somebody reminds you. Hanuman would then come into his own and use his powers for the ultimate good of all and serve Lord Ramachandra. So Sugriv, he heard about some persons and who were coming towards him and his entourage, and he sent Hanuman and 4 others to check who these people are, what are their motives, why have they come. So Hanuman disguised himself as a Brahmin. He spoke very eloquently to Lord Ramachandra. As soon as Ram spoke, Hanuman recognized him as his Lord. He recognized him as the Supreme Lord. Why? Because Hanuman was well versed in the scriptures. This is no ordinary personality, very special person. Later, he introduced Ram to Sugriv. And Sugriv originally he tested Ram's ability because he wanted a favor from Ram. He said to Ram, I have a problem. My older brother Vali is always fighting with me because one day I made the mistake of closing a cave when he was fighting with the demon. I thought he was dead, but he wasn't dead. And when he came back, he was very angry at me. So ever since that time, we've been fighting, and I can't defeat him, but he gives me a thrashing. So I will help you find Sita if you can help me defeat Vali. And Lord Ramchandra agreed. Not because he wanted that liaison with Sugriv necessarily, but there were other reasons. One, Hanuman was a reason. Hanuman recognized Ram, but Ram also recognized Hanuman. Second was Vali had been wrongly treating his younger brother. And as the representative of the king, Ramachandra had to punish Vali. So these were reasons why he defeated Vali and made the liaison with Sugriv. Hanuman then reminded Sugriv of his obligations to Ram. Hanuman was very diligent. After the defeat of Vali, Sugriv, because it was a rainy season for 4 months, he was in his cave enjoying. And he had promised Ram that after the rainy season over, we will look for Sita. But he had actually forgotten because he was in such an enjoying mood with his wife and etc. So Hanuman, however, he knew the value of the promise, and he reminded Sugriv that, hey, you're going to have to pull your socks up and help make your promise come true to Ram. And Ram trusted Hanuman so much that he gave his ring, his to show Sita, because he knew ultimately Hanuman is the one who's going to find Sita because of his great commitment to Ram. So, and Hanuman would need to convince Sita that he's a genuine person, and his ring would help. And Hanuman was very, very clever, very sharp, because when we'll perhaps see later, when he met with Mother Sita, he didn't immediately go before her. He sat on a tree above her in the forest, in the garden, and he sang the glories of Ram first. And when Sita heard those glories, she was wondering, who is glorifying Lord Ram, which pacified her greatly. Then he slowly introduced himself before her, showing her the ring, which convinced her that this is a genuine person. So this is a really nice picture. So when the party was looking for Sita, they reached the south of Bharat and eventually Rameshwar. And Sampati, who was the older, I think, older brother of Jatayu. He was he was a huge vulture. He couldn't move very much. He was very old. But he saw Ravan take Sita, and he told Jambavan in the Hanuman that the lady you're looking for is in Lanka, which is across the ocean. And they were all bewildered. How are we going to get across the ocean? It's a long ocean. It's a far distance. And because Hanuman couldn't remember his strength, Jambavan reminded him of his great power. Did you know when Ram and company went in search for Sita, Hanuman crossed the ocean in one giant leap to reach Lanka, the kingdom of Ravan? It was Jambavan, the great bear king, who convinced Hanuman about his capabilities, that he could indeed jump over the ocean and reach Lanka. Because Hanuman wasn't convinced, but Jambavan convinced him. This is the greatness of Jambavan, actually, because he never boasted about this. He's a great leader. He encouraged Hanuman to find his capability and use it to the best of his ability for the service of the Lord. So Jambavan is a great, great teacher in that pastime. Hanuman then climbed a mountain, and flew, because he could jump across the ocean in one big step. Before getting there, there were 3 tests that he had to go through. One was Mainaka, who was a mountain, actually. There's a pastime behind why he's a mountain, but he is like the grandfather of Hanuman. And Mainaka said to Hanuman, "You're flying across to Lanka, but have a little rest here on me. I'm a mountain. You can rest on me. I'm very favorable towards you. Have a little rest." And Hanuman thought about it. He said, "I can't disrespect Mainaka, but I have a mission to find Sita. I can't rest." So he politely refused, but he put his foot on the mountain and he went on his way. So this is a really good test, because sometimes people might give us some advice which they think is good, but it may not be particularly good for us, our purpose in life. So sometimes people say, don't do bhakti from a young age, do it later, when you're old and you're not working. But, that might not be such a good idea, because when you're old, you might not have the faculties to do any bhakti. So do bhakti now. Start doing it now. Bhakti is so important. Sometimes people give you advice which may not be good for you. They might give it in the best, because they have good wishes for you, but it may not be the best thing. So this is a good example where Hanuman, although politely, he refused. No, I have to go. I have to continue my mission, which is very important. Second test put before Hanuman was Surasa. She had a boon from Brahma that anything crossing the ocean has to enter her mouth, and she'll eat it. So she stopped Hanuman and said, "I have got a boon that I want to eat you." And Hanuman was very clever. He said, "What exactly was the boon, and who did you get it from?" "Oh, Lord Brahma. He gave me a boon that anything crossing the ocean has to enter my mouth." "Okay," Hanuman said, "no problem." He became very tiny. He dived into Suresa, and he came back out again before she could close her mouth. So Hanuman showed his intelligence, but he also showed his respect for the boon given by Brahma. He didn't disrespect the boon. So this is a lesson of humility. And it's interesting, this point here, not to think less of oneself, but to think of one's self less. So what does that mean? So we should have confidence in our ability, but it doesn't mean we're constantly thinking of ourselves, of our own ability. We're trying to think of our ability to use it for the service of the Lord. So, very interesting point. So this is phenomenal. He came and out. He went in and went out again. And then the third test was Simhika. Now, she had a power that her shadow could catch anything. And she did. She caught Hanuman. Now, Hanuman became huge, and he burst out of Simhika's grasp. And this was a lesson of envy. Envy was from Simhika, that she wanted to catch whoever through her shadow. But Hanuman taught her a lesson that no, you can't stop me from doing my duty. I will take this challenge on, and I will succeed. So this is a very good example. We will face lots of challenges in our life, but we never give up. Like Hanuman never gave up, ever. So, and then as he got to Lanka, there's a gatekeeper, Lankini, who stopped him, and Hanuman gave her a slap. Well, she became very happy when Hanuman slapped, because it was foretold that the day a monkey slaps her, she can give up the service of Ravan and go to Ram. So this was an amazing pastime. Nobody liked to really serve Ravan. He was such a selfish, greedy personality. Who likes to serve such a person? Only those who are even more selfish and greedy. So anyway, Lankini was freed from her commitment to Ravan. She went to Ram. And whilst in Lanka, Hanuman was looking for Sita. The palaces of Ravan, he couldn't find Sita anywhere. He saw lots of women, some naked, some half-dressed, some drunk, because Ravan was addicted. But he didn't see Sita, and he was very happy he didn't see Sita, because if she was in one of those palaces, it wouldn't have been good for anyone. Eventually, he found her in the Ashoka garden in one of the palaces. But he also saw Tulsi, and he realized, Tulsi is present. There must be a devotee in Lanka. So anyway, he found Sita, he reassured her, and he actually said to her that I can take you back right now. You can just jump on my back and we'll fly back to Ram. But Sita said, no, I've never touched a man willingly. Ravan kidnapped me, but willingly I've never touched another man except Ram. And I won't stop doing that now. I won't break that rule. Even though it was a struggle for her to live in the midst of the demonesses, she was very strong. And she asked Hanuman, please go to Ram and tell him to please come as soon as he can in order to free me from this crazy place. Hanuman was then caught by the army. He had a fight with the army. I think he defeated a few of the children of Ravan. And before Ravan, he tried to abuse him in his palace. But Hanuman was always a match for him. At one point, Hanuman made his tail quite large and sat on the top of his tail, which was higher than the throne of Ravan, showing Ravan that you're nothing. So, and Ravan later ordered the tail of Hanuman to be put on fire, and Hanuman was very brave. He wasn't scared. He actually used that as an opportunity to cause a lot of mischief in Lanka. Monkeys are prone to cause mischief. Hanuman was a little scared that if he caused mischief, Ramachandra may get upset. But now Hanuman's tail was on fire. What could he do? What monkeys do? Monkeys jump here to there, everywhere. And that's what he did. He went here, there, everywhere, and he put all of Lanka in fire, flames everywhere, except the home of Vibhishan. So then later they all returned to Ram, and the first word from Hanuman was found, because he didn't want Ram to worry for even a second more. He didn't say Sita, because Sita could mean anything, but he said found. And Ramchandra became very pleased. Found Sita, I. So the I is at the end. Found is first. Who? Sita. And who did it? I did it. Not for self-glorification, but this was such a fantastic service. Then they marched with the army to Rameshwar, and eventually they crossed to Lanka on the bridge. The bridge was made. Actually, we'll carry on tomorrow, but the bridge was made by the devotees writing the name of Ram on the stones, the rocks, pebbles, and placing them on the ocean water. And because the name of Ram is so powerful, it enabled them to make this bridge. So, very fantastic pastime. So any questions, any comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Naniman.
I was listening to one of the lectures
Hmm.
of this one, and
Yeah.
they said these are they are Warner, which are not to be known as a monkey land, but Warner, which is a bit more advanced, like developmental wise. And so Warner Sena, rather to be spoken as Hanuman as a Warner, rather than to be known as a monkey.
That's correct. Yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning. He was not a monkey. He was actually he was a human with a monkey face, because his mother is a heavenly Apsara, but she was cursed with a monkey face. So she was the one who gave birth to him. So yes, he's a unique personality. He's not a monkey. For sake of ease, we say monkey. But when I go to schools, I explain that a lot of people say Hanuman is a monkey, but he's not a monkey. He's a divine personality with extraordinary powers. Greater powers than any human, greater powers than most of the demigods. And greater intelligence than any human being. Because as soon as he saw Ram, he recognized Ram as God from the scriptures. So yeah. Plus, he was an expert in poetry. He had so many skills, which is just unbelievable. So yes,
And,
you're right.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. And while he had taken Sugriv's wife, Ruma,
Yeah.
so that was another reason why Ram felt sympathetic, because his wife was taken by Ravana, abducted by Ravana.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, because Vali questioned him, why did you shoot me in the back? You are Ram. This is gonna ruin your reputation. And then Ram explained, no, I'm a representative of the king, and you did a horrible act of taking your brother's wife and beating him and treating him so badly. So your punishment is death. And I, on behalf of the king, punish you to death. And Vali actually, before he died, he said, yes, you're right, Lord. You are right to punish me. You are right to punish me. So
also, Prabhuji, Vali had a boon that anyone who comes in the front of him, he would take away half of his strength.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why Ram had to hide and then shoot him without being seen.
Yeah. Good. Yes, that's right. Incredible. Yeah, incredible.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
When sorry, I'm late today,
That's-
but I didn't. Didn't hear all the story today. Whatever you said, but while you're talking about Vana and Hanuman, but in Hanuman Chalis, when I attending Hanuman Chalisa class,
Hmm.
and one of one in one lecture, I don't remember which one was that, and he said that meaning is that Hanumanji is Shankar actual
Yes.
Shivji.
Shankar and Vayu, both.
Yeah.
Pavan Put-
So when you're talking about Vanar and monkey
Hmm.
between the, so I just remember he was saying is actual in Hanuman Chalisa one which ones I forgot. If I speak all one man Chalisa, then I remember. There is this said actually Hanuman is a Shankar.
That's correct. Yeah. Oop. What happened? Yeah.
So I'm just confused.
Okay. Yes. What happened? We spoke about it earlier.
Hmm.
Um, the mother, Anjali,
Huh?
she was
Anjani, yeah.
Anjali as well. Yeah. She
Anjali.
was a heavenly lady, but she had been
Uh-huh.
cursed. She had been cursed for something that she laughed at a sage uh,
Uh-huh.
who was disguised as a monkey to do his tapasya. He was just a sage, but
Ah.
she laughed at him, and the sage cursed her. You also are going to become a monkey.
Oh.
Until and then she begged for forgiveness, and he said, okay, until a powerful son, a Shiva's son, is born to you, uh, you will remain a monkey. So she, the heavenly lady, had a monkey face.
Okay.
And she did tapasya to Lord Shiva that
Hmm.
I have been cursed like this. Please give me a son. So Lord Shiva, he um, gave her some sweet rice to make her pregnant with the son.
Pregnant. Yeah.
And that sweet rice was taken by Vayu. So that's
Yeah.
why Hanuman is known as Pavan Putra
Pawan Putra. Yeah.
and is also known as in, incarnation of Shiva. Yeah,
Shiva. Oh, okay.
both,
Okay.
both, both are
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
he has the power of Vayu and
Hmm.
the wonderful characteristics, the kindness of
Hmm.
Shiva.
Oh, that's why he straight away recognized Ram.
Yeah, and he was very well versed in the scriptures. Yes, that's right.
When
That's
he first time saw Ram, he
he
recognized.
recognized Ram.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
Ram
yeah.
opened his mouth, he recognized.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you, Madhuban. Thank you for asking, actually. Good clarification. Okay, Papan Putra Hanuman ki jai.